Right now, get up to 20% off select online storage solutions. Put heavy-duty HDX totes to good use, protecting what's important to you. The solid, impact-resistant design prevents cracking, and the clear base and sides make items easy to find, even when the totes are stacked. Find select online shelving and tote storage up to 20% off at the Home Depot to organize every room in your home, from your garage to your attic. Visit HomeDepot.com. How doers get more done.
So good, so good, so good.
New spring arrivals are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Get ready to save big with up to 60% off Rag & Bone, Marc Jacobs, Free People, and more.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts, shop new arrivals first, and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
This is Optimal Health Daily, a savings strategy that works, by Derick Van Ness of BigLifeFinancial.com, and I'm Dr. Neil Malik. Hello and welcome to another bonus Sunday episode where I share an article from one of the other podcasts in our network that I think will add some value for you here. Today's post comes from Optimal Finance Daily, where articles covering all facets of personal finance are read to you every day, and you can find Optimal Finance Daily wherever you're listening to this. Please subscribe or follow to get episodes every day. And with that, here's Diana with the post and commentary as we optimize your life.
A savings strategy that works, by Derick Van Ness of BigLifeFinancial.com. Everyone knows that saving money is important. We all understand that it is the basis of creating financial stability and a prerequisite to having money to invest. Yet the vast majority of people in the US aren't saving anything. In fact, according to CNBC, a staggering 78% of full-time workers said they're living paycheck to paycheck. In case you don't speak financial jargon, I'll translate. They aren't saving. I'm sure they want to save, but they just can't seem to make it happen. It seems understandable because we all have car repairs, home maintenance, activities for the kids, and everyone needs a 75-inch TV, right? At some point, you've probably felt like every time you're about to get ahead, something comes up and you're back to where you started. Sound familiar? If you are part of the 78%, or even if you aren't, then it's time to listen up because this simple skill of saving is literally the difference between people who become financially independent and the other 78%. Now, before you say anything, I'm going to tell you something you don't want to hear. The difference between financial success and a double-digit bank account is not about how much money you make. Seriously, it's not. How much money you make does matter, but it's not the most important factor once you get above the poverty line. I've worked with a lot of people that make over $500,000 a year that are broke. Yep, they're living paycheck to paycheck just like everyone else. That may seem impossible, but it's true. In every single case I encountered, it's because they never learned how to save. The reality is, if you never learn to save, then you're learning to spend every dollar you make. It's that simple. If you make more, you spend more. It's very easy to spend an extra $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 a year by simply having a slightly nicer house, car, vacation, and eating out a little more often. So by the time you're making $40,000 a month, you have a really nice house, kids in private school, some great trips in your photo albums, and 2 beautiful cars in the garage, but almost nothing in the bank. Simply put, saving needs to be a first priority and a conscious effort, or it rarely works. That doesn't mean it needs to be grueling or difficult. It just needs to be planned and intentional. Here's the simplest way to begin saving right away. From here forward, immediately set aside 20% of every dollar into a savings account. If you can't do 20% right now, then start with 10. Don't wait till the end of the month. Instead, transfer the money as soon as you get paid. You may have heard of the phrase, pay yourself first. This is what it means. Most people make the mistake of trying to cut back spending all month and save whatever's left. If you've ever tried this, you know it doesn't work. I've personally talked with thousands of people who've tried it, and the answer is always the same. There's never any left. Bottom line, you have to save first and learn to live on the rest. Even if you're barely making ends meet, begin putting money in the savings account. If you save first, you'll begin to strengthen your saving muscles. You can always pull the money back out of savings for an emergency, so don't let fear keep you from learning to save. Soon enough, you'll begin to see the money build up in your savings account and you'll be on your way. The best part is that seeing your savings account grow gets really exciting. It takes time, but watching the balance go up each month will reconfirm that you're doing the right thing and help you stay on track. If you do this, then as you make more, you save more. More importantly, it becomes a habit that will serve you the rest of your life. Having money in the bank means you get better loans and interest rates. You don't have to put emergency expenses on credit cards, and you won't ever get backed into a bad situation because you have a safety net in your savings account. So if you aren't saving 20% of what you earn now, it's time to start. In fact, if you can automate your savings by having your bank set up an automatic transfer or a sweep, that's even better. Once you get started, you'll be amazed at how fast things change. You just listened to the post titled A Saving Strategy That Works by Derick Van Ness of BigLifeFinancial.com.
Right now, there's a talented person out there who could take your company to the next level. Do you want to hope they see your job post before your competitors? Or do you want to match with them with Indeed sponsored jobs? Stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. Give your job the best chance to be seen with Indeed sponsored jobs. When I was looking to hire, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
This is Andrew Huberman, host of the Huberman Lab podcast. I'm excited to share that the performance eyewear company Roka and I have teamed up to create a pair of red lens glasses. These are meant to be worn in the evening after the sun goes down. They filter out short wavelength light that comes from screens and from LED lights, which are the two most common indoor lights nowadays. I want to emphasize that these are not traditional blue blockers. Yes, they filter out blue light, but they also filter out all the other wavelengths of light that can suppress your melatonin and other hormones, which can degrade your sleep. By wearing these glasses in the evening, I find it much easier to wind down at night, and it makes the transition into sleep greatly improved. If you would like to try these red lens wind down glasses, simply go to Roka.com, that's ROKA.com, and enter the code Huberman to save 20% off your first order. Again, that's ROKA.com and enter the code Huberman at checkout.
So I've noticed that when people start to get interested in improving their financial situation, they ask a lot of questions about investing. While investing is super important and maybe the sexier part of the financial equation, the more you save, the more you're able to invest. And it really boils down to having a mindset that values savings over spending and simply making it a habit. I used to think saving money for the future was a bit dull. So when I first started to save more, it was helpful to have a specific goal to save for. I wanted to walk the Camino de Santiago, which is a 500-mile trek across Spain. And so I needed to account for 2 months of no income while maintaining my cost of my fixed expenses and the cost of the trip itself. Having a big, audacious goal at the forefront of my mind made those daily decisions around spending and saving so much easier. As my mindset changed over time, I realized that while we're all wired for instant gratification and consumerism certainly scratches that itch, saving money is still buying you something. You're buying a little bit of freedom and peace of mind every time you save money. And that'll do it for today. Have a great day and start to your weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.